No comments here. Well, this is a bit that we did earlier here, where it showed quick improvement when it was first applied, and then we've had some heat on it for a little bit, and it's certainly better. It's not completely out, but we'll leave it sit and let it cool down a bit and work a section at a time. But it's gone from being very orange like this now to having a little bit less. And this is a big rug that we're working on. It took 5-6 people to move it, so in this small area, hopefully it'll not be as noticeable when we're done. It's out of a hotel. Is it reception?
Yeah, front desk.
Front desk, yeah. So you can see a bit of heat on there. It's starting to move that along a little bit, and we'll just keep that on there. We're using the steamer because the steamer keeps it moist, doesn't dry it out quite as much as an iron and a towel would, but you could use that if you didn't have a steamer. The product that we're using is Altex Oriental Rug Dye Reducer. So mixed a small amount up with boiling water, about a teaspoon to 100 mils or so, and we're just doing it little bit by little bit, and hopefully we'll get a bit of an improvement. So it's getting a bit yellow now, so it's good. It's starting to remove some of the colour there.
The question was the steamer. Where can I get one?
Oh, the steamers, there's a little Black & Decker steamer. They're now discontinued, but they do appear on eBay. I got this one at a car boot sale for £5. I've also bought one on eBay for, I think it was £20–25. Fantastic little DIY steamer. But yeah, just keep your eyes peeled. There are some guys that are hoarding them out there who've bought them every opportunity they get, but they're very handy for these sort of tasks. So we're just going to let this bit cool off just now. Must have missed there, so I'll put a little bit on here. And
are we working on the yellow, on the white one first?
Why are we working on the white one first? Because it's the one that is the least amount of colour we can lose from, so we can see if we get a lot of lightning on the white, when we know we need to be very careful when we move over to the grey. And also I'm going to flush that out before I go on to the darker colours. But then also from a distance, the white was the most noticeable, so if we start with that one, it might be we can get a good result without having to do too much to the grey. So that's why I've chosen the white. If it did nothing on the white, we wouldn't have gone live, and we would have known not to waste too much time trying to strip it out. Now,
yeah, it's what caused the stain? That's iron brew.
It's iron brew, yeah. So yeah, mainly only in the sort of north of north of the country, so up in Scotland. Although I've had it in Birmingham, but yeah, it's a favourite drink in Scotland. It's our national drink actually, after whiskey. But yeah, it's got horrendous amounts of sunset yellow dye in it, almost illegal amounts. I'm sure they had to reformulate it when there was a EU ruling on the quantity you could have. It used to be you couldn't shift these at all, and I think since then, because they've had to change the quantity of the dye that's in it, it's actually made it a little bit easier. But also we've got better products now compared to what we had years ago. I'll say that, we had these years ago, but it wasn't as widely known that they could be used for this type of thing. Now if I did dye in the carpets, which I don't, we could be a little bit more aggressive and strip the colour out and then recolour it. That may still be an option depending on how well we get on. So we've been pushing that bit a bit hard. We're getting a little bit of pile distortion, so we'll leave that and let that section cool off, and we'll just keep working round as we go. And then hopefully when we rinse it, we'll have got a decent improvement. And it's still quite yellow here, but that might be enough so that when we're stood up looking at it, it's not quite as noticeable. Once we're done, I'll post a picture in the comments of what it looked like before we started, so you can actually see the extent of how bad the stain looked to begin with compared to when we're finished. We're certainly getting an improvement, but you know, never ever guarantee with something like this we can do complete removal. That's part of the reason why it's been removed from the hotel and brought here to be done as well, so we can play around with it over the next day or so if we need to. Getting a little bit of yellow left. It's coming.
You also said something about the rug quality or material?
Yeah, I mean this is a wool rug, really nice quality. Is it woven or tufted? No, it's woven. So yeah, really nice quality piece. It's got a fair bit of weight to it, that's for sure. It's probably a few hundred kilos, that's for certain. Splashes over here. There we go. Very hot. But yeah, it's quite ill. I don't know if you stand up here, what does it look like from the... If you stand up and you were looking at it, it's not quite so bad now, is it? You can...
Much better, yeah.
Yes.
Not that orange.
We'll get away with a good lightning anyway.
Milder.
Whether we go the whole way.
We'll look under the chair.
Yeah, well that's it. It's certainly going to be less obvious. Like, let's try a bit of this grey here. So no, we'll try another bit because that's quite hot. We'll try this bit here.
Yeah, I'm bro.
Somebody asking again, are you?
Yeah. Join more and more people, so...
So when we first mixed this, we mixed it with boiling water from the kettle and we could see a result fairly fast. The product works better the hotter that it is, so as we're putting it on now we're not seeing quite so much an improvement, but the other thing we can do then is we can use the steamer to bring it up, so we're not being overly aggressive to start with. We were when we did in the first instance, which is why we started on the white, because there's less colour to be lost, and as the product in the jug's cooled, it's not quite as big an impact when we move on to the grey. It's a shame you can't smell it. It's disgusting.
Yeah, somebody is watching your watch rather than carpet. What was it?
So they're watching my watch?
Yeah.
Are they asking what kind of watch it is? It's a limited Nixon battleship, it's called. I actually got me free drinks at the Hard Rock Hotel because they're sponsored by, or got an association with Nixon, and the barman spotted it and I got a free drink because of my watch. It's a bit old and battered these days though. So, it wasn't too bad. Was that bit we were doing? I forgot where we were working. Over here, was it?
It's gone fast.
It's getting there.
Once again, what chemical it is? It's like Oriental rug dye reducer or something similar.
Yep, Alltex rug dye reducer. From memory, it's about £20–25 for that little tub, but we were using a teaspoonful to what was a hand sprayer, so it was a teaspoon to 500 mils of boiling water, and then I'll put it in this vintage Chemspec beaker that you can no longer buy.
Someone is saying, I can't believe Jamie's working. It's not working, it's art.
It's art, is it? Yeah. Jamie's working. Yeah. Who said that, actually? Billy Russell. Oh yeah, of course. I'm not surprised Billy's on Facebook at this time of day though either, to be honest. You're not in the gym, Billy. Get to the gym.
Yeah, smelly stuff, yeah, that's right. That's why we all wear masks here.
It's not bad. It's coming. It's coming.
Great, absolutely.
Yeah, but maybe maybe a little bit of colour loss, but not too much. Might just leave that bit now and rinse it. See how it looks once it's rinsed out, because it's not overly offensive. Probably from a twin standing, it'll not be quite so noticeable on that piece. But there is a risk that we go too far and we turn it totally white.
Yeah.
As far as I know, there's no protector or anything on this. We put some water on it and it certainly doesn't bead, so not that for the length of time it's been on here, protector really would have done a huge amount. The important thing here as well though is that the initial cleanup was only attempted using some micro splitter, so it hadn't been messed around with massively before we've got to it, which is always an advantage with this sort of thing, because if it had vanish and washing up liquid and whatever else on it, then yeah, we'd probably be wasting our time at this point.
Yeah, another question. The chemical is dye reducer, so that means you are bleaching the dyes.
Essentially, yeah, reducing agent, so we're removing oxygen from it and bleaching out the colour. The heat from the steamer's helping to accelerate that. So this one here is coming. It's a little bit orange still, but it's we're getting it out. So again, for those that have just joined, we're going to let this cool down, just to let the carpet relax a little bit, I suppose, before we heat it back up again, get it to move on. There's always temptation to mix it stronger when you've been at it for a while. We've been doing this for, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour now.
Half an hour.
Longer than that, possibly. But the worry with that is if you go too strong, you then start to strip the colour out quicker. It's better just to take your time and just keep adding a little bit more where it's needing it. Now, if you're those that have practiced and used to using this, you could try and use some acetic acid to help boost it a little bit more. I'm just going to use the heat in this instance just for what we're doing here, rather than adding any of that on, and just take my time, because I'm sure we're charging them enough for it to spend a bit of time on it.
What was the dye reducer?
It's Alltech's Oriental Rug Dye Reducer. So main intention for it is to remove dye bleed from Oriental rugs, but this is a synthetic dye that we've got in this instance, but it works very well for this sort of thing. Traditionally we would have used an oxidizer, something like Dygon type product, but that can be quite aggressive for this type of carpet. So by using the reducer we can just take a little bit longer, play about with it for a little bit longer and get a better, safer result. Yep, it's definitely coming. We'll start on this bit here. Try a bit more on there. It's making my nose run like crazy.
Yeah.
It's not the best facial in the world, that's for sure. There's bound to be a comment about facials from Billy. Please have a watch.
Thank you.
It's not bad. Let's just try that bit there. Is there anybody still there? Is there?
Yeah, 28.
28? 28 people that should be busy doing something else.
Billy Russell very active here.
Is he?
Jokes aside, great video though. Don't get me started on facials. Yeah, the steamer is making a little bit noise, but not too much.
No, it's a fairly quiet little machine. Just a little buzz. You can hear the trucks going past outside more.
Someone asked if you don't mind if she share a video.
If they share the video?
Diane Dunya.
She can try, but I think you might find you can't share it outside the group, even with the URL, unless you're a member. But yeah, if she wants to, if she wants to embed it on her site or anything like that, if she can, I don't mind. If she wants to give me a credit for it, even better. But yeah, why not? I've got to say, even I'm impressed with the results here. I didn't think we would get close to what we're getting here, so this is good. Hence the confidence to put it live on the group. Especially when you see the before picture and how bad it was. In fact, I'm be able to get it up on my phone. I can't do my fingerprint at all.
Yeah. Looking good, really.
I don't know if you can see that, but there was quite a bit of orange on it before we started. No, it's not picking it up. I'll post the picture afterwards, but it was probably a good foot in diameter across the rug. I mean, now I think Peter, if you stand up and have a look at that from sort of normal height, can you see it?
No. It's wet, so it's a little bit darker, but
Yeah.
once it's dry, it's better.
And even I'm impressed, to be honest. It's just that grey there's needing a little push, and I think we'll be done. And then we'll just rinse it cold, fresh water.
So you stop the action, actually. Chemical action.
You take the heat away. I mean, if we needed to cool it down quickly, you could use a damp towel, cold water, and put the towel on to absorb the heat from the carpet. But in this building, it's probably about 3 degrees today, so it cools down fairly quickly. But the important thing is we're just taking our time and we're just pushing it a little bit each time, checking anything that's still a bit too dark. We can add more, but again, the heat will help to pull some of that back. So it's all fading now, which means most of it's got product on it, and we just have to wait now instead of mixing more. I've made the mistake myself of making another batch, making it stronger, doing the same thing, and then actually turning a black carpet blue. They were still happy because the stain looked like a blood stain in a hotel room, so they were happy with a little bit of bleaching rather than something that looked like a murder scene.
Redecorating.
Yeah, it was in Glasgow right enough, so it's kind of to be expected that there might have been a murder in the hotel room. Give that a bit of break. Go back here. There's a little bit here. It's still a bit on the orange side. That seems a bit of a cleanness right looking at it. It'll be a job for you, Peter, when you get it back. I'm tempted to stop now because if we go too far it might just be too much for it. Most of the really orange yellow bits are gone.
You should drive till tomorrow, so if there is any problem, we can.
Yeah, we could just touch it up again tomorrow.
Or I can do it at the hotel
if we need to.
If it's something. Well, it looks great.
I mean it's always best to stop within sort of 90% and go that sort of 105% and let it look worse. Just a little bit of bright orange still there.
There's a question if you will do a full clean after.
I won't, because it'll be going back to the hotel. But Peter, who's doing the filming, he's the technical cleaner in the hotel. He will do it. He's as well equipped as we are for cleaning with his Cymex and his Alltech Elite and various other pieces of kit that he's got for all the surfaces in the place. Have you ever cleaned this?
No. It's brand new. It's actually a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay.
Maybe more.
Well, that certainly will help a little bit for the resistance to the stain because it's not too badly worn. But yeah, I think we'll stop there. I'm quite pleased with that so far. Let it cool, flush it with some cool water. I mean, yeah, if somebody was walking in here now, I don't think they'd be able to look at it and tell us the And then Bruce
it doesn't catch your eye. Yeah. Even if you look close, you don't see anything.
No.
No. Go on. Just a little bit of steam.
Fantastic. Right, I think we'll just stop there. So, yeah, anybody wants the product, we have it in stock here. Alltech obviously manufacture it, and we can get that to you if you want. When you clean it, make sure you don't use some of an oxidizer in it. That's a good point, because if you put the oxidizer in, it can add the oxygen back in and it can reappear.
Better probably.
So yeah, it's actually no, it's not the other way around. If you use the oxidizer, the reducer brings it back. It's one of the two. So yeah, if you were going to use any kind of encapsulation stuff, you to do anything like that, as Derek's pointed out. Good point. Missed this. What was the stain? It was Iron Brew. So one of the ones that's always a challenge to get rid of. I'll post the picture in the comments once we're done, and let everybody see how it was before. But I'm pretty impressed with that myself, because I didn't have much hope for it either. But yeah, that's really quite good, because it was bright orange as soon as it was unrolled. But this is quite a size of rug. There's like 5 people lifted it in. It's clearly cost a few pounds, and we've saved it. Anyway, I'm off for now. I'll catch you all later. Bye. Say bye, Peter.
See you, bye.